Hello there you, and welcome to an Imperial Guard artillery fortress that is currently garrisoned by the Death Corps of Kriege, and they're about to take on a gigantic swarm of 3 million zombies. Will the Kriegsmen be able to hold the line against overwhelming odds? As always, if you do enjoy this content, do leave a like and consider subscribing, as that's the best way to support the channel. Now, let's get on with the battle. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, and this one should be a very spicy one today. Oh, hello, Mr. Zombie. Already you can see the artillery doing its excellent work here on the massive horde of zombies. Now, we are using the regular old zombies today. We're not using speed zombies. That's because I want to see plenty of zombies fly through the air from this artillery. Now, you can see that the Krieg have also got this rather unique little setup, choosing rather to defend the outside of the fortress rather than inside it. We are going to have some Imperial Guard conscripts as well, charging forward, trying to counter the zombie horde and hold them in place, allowing the superior firepower here of the defenders to take its effect. But unfortunately already for the Kriegsmen, happy gas mask noises are going to ensue here as the shovels come into play. The zombies crashing right up into that front line here. Now the zombies, like I said, 3 million. Let me look at that. They've got a significant force here. So we're going to hope that this artillery can do lots and lots of juicy work. You can see that we've actually got 2 lines here. So we got this one at the background. Now, I'm hoping that these guys, look at that field of view that they've got. Can they miss a single shot? But I'm hoping that they actually start pounding the front lines as we get closer. Like that over there. Oh my. It has already started to happen. We're starting to build up piles of zombies in front of the Kriegsmen. Artillery is going to start point-blank shotting right into their massive hordes, and I absolutely love this. Now look at that. A lovely Imperial Guard counter-charge here. Holding the pale skins in place. My God, look at them all rushing in. That's insane. Oh, artillery, king of the battlefield, we all love you. All praised king of artillery. Oh, poor old Frederick. He barely stood a chance. He was 3 days away from retirement, and he got blasted into the air there. But our Imperial defenders so far holding out really nicely, trying not to let the flanks get exposed here. More Imperials charging down. As you can see, the zombies trying to break through them lines. Kriegsman's firepower from overhead is quite significant. Oh my, look at that battlefield. What a magnificent thing to see. Again, we have got lots and lots of different defensive layers here. The Kriegsmen have got lots of overlapping fields of fire that they can use to just rail down onto our front lines. Let's go back over here. Did we manage to get any Imperials actually coming over to the front to help out the Krieg? Oh yeah, we have got 1 or 2. They are going to be invaluable here, buying vital seconds for the Kriegsmen. You can see on this flank as well, we've got a significant portion of Imperial Guard conscripts pushing forward. Again, artillery lending its support in. Bullets flying overhead. Now the zombie losses already 200,000 to 5,000 Imperial defenders. And I'm going to go ahead and guess that most of them losses are actually from the Imperial Guardsmen and not so much from the Kriegsmen. You can see this front line has been under a brutal assault, but it is holding out really nicely, taking the fight right back to the enemy. Although, bit by bit, the tendrils of the undead are starting to work their way around the Imperial defense here. More and more troops desperately flung at that front line, trying to plug the gaps. The firepower is ensuing right into the flanks as the zombies try to push around. They're taking stupendous losses doing it. We're already at another extra 60,000, 260,000 kills, coming up to 270. My God, that kill counter is moving so fast, and look at that. The magnificent king, the artillery, sending numbers flying through the air. You gotta love it. Oh no. I really wish we could actually see individual unit kill counters. That'd be so much cooler. Like, if I press tab, it'd just bring up like, hey, the conscripts have killed this many. The Death Corps have killed this many. That'd be really cool. Please make it happen, developers. That'd be awesome. I'm sure a lot of people would love to see who was the actual king of the battlefield here. I suppose that to some degree we can tell how many kills the zombies have got, you know, because there is only zombies here. But yeah, the Imperial flank is sort of waning a little bit. You can see that we have got an exposed Kriegsman line here. Oh man, they can't actually shoot the zombies that are approaching them either. They're having to rely on the ones above them. Yeah, the zombies are in a little bit of cover here. So we have got people on the walls. Unfortunately, you can't fit many on the walls in this game. That is some nice covering fire, though. As soon as these zombies come up that hill, they're going to get shot up, really, man. Okay, so it does look like the flank is starting to fall now. Not enough conscripts are coming out. We have moved up significant forces, though. I love that artillery. I'm never going to get bored of artillery in this game. Just sending things flying through the air. It's absolutely fantastic. But unfortunately for the Imperials, the zombies are feeling very hungry. And the Imperials are looking rather much like Big Macs at the moment. They're just in these lovely little bits of flak armor that you have to get out of the way. And then these some lovely morsels of flesh on the inside. But the zombies are messing around and finding out now with the Kriegsmen as they crest this hill. Look at that. Concentrated hellbore rifle fire right into the front lines of them zombs. Barely standing a chance. They're struggling to get close. A couple of conscripts moving in again, buying them valuable seconds. Now we do have still got quite we do still have quite a few Kriegsmen still inside of the fortress at the moment. Looks like the zombies might be trying to push, yeah, the extreme flank over here. The fire support of the Kriegsmen is about to get a little bit of a poking in the rear. And I can tell you from experience, you don't want a zombie poking you in the rear. You get all sorts of horrible infections from that. Unless you're a giant fan of 𝕻𝕚𝕝𝕝𝕚, of course. In which case, go right ahead. Just don't try to sit down. My God, this artillery has been invaluable so far. Have we still got in? No way. I was going to say, there's no way we still have conscripts over on this side. Yeah, but it looks like they've only just fallen, though. The zombies now rushing in, taking the fight right back to them Kriegsmen. These guys have been holding out so well, man. We're coming up to 600,000 kills, and it just goes to show you the power of the Krieg. They've been holding this ridge line. Again, these few little conscripts keep rushing forward and just holding back the zombie hordes. The Lemon Russies providing zesty fire support. How are we doing? Oh, look at this, man. Yeah, the Krieg ain't messing about up here. The piles are starting to get ridiculous now. Where's the artillery come from? Oh, from there, yeah, of course. Why is it shooting over this side? There's plenty of closer targets that it needs to be shooting. But it does look like the overlapping fields of fire here for the Kriegsmen have been really good. Let's have a look at this side, though. There's not as much overlapping firepower now that they're getting attacked in the rear like this. Yeah, these guys are all distracted by shooting up the hill now. You guys in the box formation, you're on your own. Look, yet again, conscripts throwing themselves at this front line. Just buying valuable seconds, which is costing the zombies a lot in terms of unit power here. Does look like that we have got a proper assault now starting on the second defense line. Now, I wonder how many losses the zombies are going to take trying to push through this, though. Again, I'm surprised they still haven't got past this artillery, man. How are these Kriegsmen holding out so well? There's literally thousands of undead beneath your feet at the moment. But are they faltering? No. I've got to say, I think that artillery is helping out stupendously in this front part here. But it does look like we're under a full assault now from all directions. The zombies, little by little, one body at a time, are getting closer and closer to this Krieg line. And again, they have got a little bit of fire support, though, from these guys over here. You can see they're just railing into the zombies as well. I suppose that's really useful. But on the other side, they are under attack, so yeah. There's only so much fire support that you can actually start lending them, especially when these artillery guns start doing the point-blank firing on these guys, too. But I do think now that the front line is starting to falter ever so slightly. Ever so slightly here. The zombies simply just wearing them down. Sheer weight of numbers. I mean, look at that. The gigantic horde just seemingly barely putting a dent in it in the background. Oh, man, and can you imagine how much ammunition is actually expended in a single Imperial Guard battle? It's got to be stupendous amounts. Like, you've probably got one Imperial Guard ship with Imperial Guardsmen on it, probably followed by 40 ships of ammo. You know what I mean? Like, especially for things like auto guns and things like that. I mean, the last guns, sure, you can just charge the packs up, you know, you only need to make a couple of them. But you still need to find replacements ones for ones that get damaged or broken. But yeah, actual auto guns and things like that, which a lot of the guards still use, that's got to have so much ammunition. Imagine a million guardsmen. That's just one battalion firing auto guns. That's a million auto guns. They all fire like, what? Stupendously fast as well. It's like they fire their entire 30 mag clip in about 2 seconds. So, the amount of ammunition expended by an Imperial Guard engagement. I dread to think in terms of artillery shells and tank shells, you are talking quite literally millions a minute. So yeah, you've got to have some supreme logistics behind the Imperial Guard. It's just something you never really hear that much about. There are little short, like, mentions of it in short stories and things like that, but just the sheer volume of ammunition they would actually need is ridiculous, man. But speaking of ridiculous, the zombies now lost 1 million, have yet to actually, oh no, they have, sorry. I was going to say they've actually yet to start pushing the fortress. But no, they are starting to push it now. Little by little, they are making their way around. The guys on this side have been holding out again really well, despite the fact that they were attacked in the rear. Our box formation also doing a very, very good job at keeping the zombies at bay. They're taking so many losses. Like, this front line, man, how is it holding out? How have the zombies not outflanked them? You can see the lemon Russies have got a pile of corpses in front of them now. I think they've been doing some really good work there. But yeah, the Death Corps, ladies and gentlemen, they've got that name for a reason. They've got to atone for the sins somehow. And my golly gosh, are they atoning for it right here. Just look how high some of these zombies are going. My god. The guy almost went to a different planet. Look at all these lovely bodies they're starting to pile up outside of this fortress now. We're starting to make a second wall here. I mean, we've already done it on the front, realistically. We've made this lovely little lagoon. Let's go see. Is it? No, there's no depth in it yet, unfortunately. But yeah, that's a lovely little lagoon we've made there. I'd love to go sit on the beach, you know, set up my little deck chair here. Nice view of a castle. Hot sunny day. Zombies. Could you ask for more? Probably more 𝕲𝕝𝕝 Russies. That's probably what you could ask for, as currently our ones are getting absolutely swarmed now at this point. The zombies are finally breaking the line of Krieg here. But you've got to say, it took them almost 1 million losses to break the front line. Now they've got to break the second line. I've got a feeling they might do this a little bit easier, because this second line was lending a lot of fire support to that front line. So I think this might be a little bit easier. Oh my god, look at this. Has that actually drowned some of the Krieg? No, okay, thankfully it hasn't drowned any of the Kriegsmen there. It is literally just a, it's the goo of the enemies there. Starting to get a bit of a, we're getting a blockage in the gatehouse, ladies and gentlemen. We might have to call a plumber here. He's not going to be happy. He's going to charge us extra for that. Getting zombies out the gatework. Again, box formation, holding out nice. These guys, though, as well, man. You're holding out. You've got no fire support. Kriegsmen just proving that their shovels are too effective. The front lines are so brutal, though. Can you imagine being in these fights? Like, just being one of these Imperial Guardsmen, holding back this insane wave after wave that just keeps coming at you. No matter how much pain you seem to dish out here, it just doesn't happen. Look at them. They're relentless. They're an energy drink. Oh man, I'd love to see like an energy drink that puts you to sleep. I think they call it Horlicks in the UK. I don't know, you might have that in America actually, Horlicks. Like a drink, a heavy drink that kind of just makes you really tired and sleepy. It's not like got anything in, like any medication in it or anything like that. It's just like, yeah, it's like almost drinking pure yeast. Your body goes, oh yeah, I'm very sleepy now. Speaking of very sleepy now, a couple of our Kriegsmen are going to sleep over this side. You can see the zombies breaking through the line. They're starting to get encircled. They held out for a very long time, though. It has been an excellent little fight so far. But I do think the zombies are breaking their way through each and every way possible. Look at this. The line is starting to fall to the box formation. The only thing really holding back the zombies from breaching this gatehouse. Oh, God. Guys, what are you doing? It's a bit late. A couple of conscripts there come running out, and he's decided to just vibrate on the spot. Was he just twerking? Was he showing his booty there to the zombies, hoping that the zombies would get distracted by flapping ass? I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen, mate. Oh, man, so many are pushing in. Again, it feels like we've not put a dent in the zombie horde at all. We're at 1.3 million kills, though. We've almost killed half of them. But it just doesn't feel that way. It's kind of ridiculous. The question is now, though, are we going to block the gatehouses? Are we going to drown everyone inside the fortress? Because this blood is going to have nowhere to go if we pile them all up here. Oh, man, the poor guys. You're getting surrounded now. Luckily, you were in that box formation, though, like we said earlier. What the? Oh, look at this. That is some nice Overwatch these guys have got. They're having an absolute field day up there. What the? Are they? They're thrusting their hips wow, they are some, yep, they're really enjoying their work here today. I don't know why they thrust their hips. That is so weird. Every time they shoot. That deathcore might have just been the Fonz, that's all. It was the Fonz dressed up. For any of you who don't know who the Fonz was, he was a guy from Happy Days. He was meant to be really cool. Look at this, though. So many fly through the air. Absolutely ridiculous. But what I think we're going to quickly do here is we're going to hit a little bit of a time-lapse camera. We're going to watch the bodies build up at the front. I'm trying to capture it so we can see both sides here, but I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. So we'll sort of look at this front gatehouse here and see if we can get lots and lots of piles in front of it. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and oh my, it looks like the zombies have piled up really rather nicely here at the gatehouse so far. We've got about 6,000 defenders remaining here against 1.5 million zombies. You can see that we've still got these little crazy counter charges going on here. I have no idea why they'd be trying to counter charge out of the fortress into that, but that's exactly what they're doing. Now you can see that the Krieg are trying to add some weight and firepower to that, but they can't really support it anymore because the bodies are in the way. So they're just sort of all waiting the turn. In fact, there's a worrying amount of conscripts here at the front line. There's not many Kriegers there at all. Now this one looks slightly better defended, so I think this will actually end up being the last stand area should the other gatehouses fall. Speaking of, how are we getting on this one? Actually, yeah, there you go. The piles aren't too bad on this side. They've not really built up that much so far. So I do think that this one over here is going to be the interesting one to watch, because that one over there is not going to fall anytime soon, but that one in the background might, and so will this one eventually. But we're going to hit another little time-lapse camera here. We'll be back soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and my oh my, I went to AFK there for about 30 minutes and left the Death Corps to it. And what have they done? They've been doing some amazing terraforming. Now, I used to believe there was a gatehouse here underneath this pile of zombies somewhere. Goodness knows where it's gone now, because currently the zombies are trying to push over the top of it. However, they still haven't piled up enough yet to get over the walls. They are getting very, very close to it, though. Look at that. And on this side, it actually looks like they did manage to break through just a little bit. Now, we have got a couple of Death Corps hiding in the corner over here. Look at that. Oh my gosh, the piles are absolutely insane now. But yeah, it does look like they finally managed to breach this gatehouse at least, and now they're trying to pile up on the Death Corps on the inside. Now, interestingly enough, with the zombies actually starting to get in here like this now, the blood is starting to fill up in the center. Oh, that's a lot. The Death Corps might be at risk of drowning. La, 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 la. I don't know where that song came from, but yeah, the Death Corps might actually drown here. That's going to be really bad for them. Zombies, though, there's not much else they can do. They're just pushing into these 3 gatehouses and getting gunned down in seconds. That's basically what's happening, but I do think we are going to end up with a last stand here. You can see it coming around the alleyways. We've got a bit of a roly-poly action going on here. The zombies are tumbling down. Oh man, I don't know what's actually going to happen here. I'm quite interested to see if the zombies manage to pile up enough corpses to be able to actually get over the wall. I think that's going to be quite a big feat though, because I think these 2 objects at the side, are these solid? Yeah, okay, so they're going to have to pile them up over the top of the actual towers of the castle wall to be able to do that. Now, like I said, we have only got about 3,000 Death Corps here, and they're fighting until their last. So what I'm going to do, hit another time-lapse camera. I want to see if the zombies can actually pile them up past this. That'd be really interesting to see. You know what we wanted? I'm trying to get an angle where I can actually see the real lines and the actual front gatehouse. You know what? We're pretty close to there. We can see some of it. There we go, just about. We'll be back in a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My oh my, it's been 2 hours and the zombies have finally done it. Look at this. They've finally built up enough to actually get over the walls. Now, that is kind of impressive. Now, the other thing that's happening is they're actually building up on the inside enough to also get over the walls. I've never seen that happen in a defense before. But these last 1,500 Death Corps here, absolutely refusing to die. Look at this. There used to be a gatehouse and a fortress here. Now there's just piles and piles of undead. And they tried to still get into the fortress, man. Oh god, that's been absolutely insane. But unfortunately, I'm actually starting to run out of hard drive space here. So I'm kind of going to have to end this one a little bit short. It's a bit unfortunate, but I was not expecting it to be 2 hours long. I thought the Death Corps might have fallen by now. But I'm actually going to say this is a Death Corps victory, despite the fact that the bodies have still built up here. Look at this. That is absolutely insane. Because not only that, there was a cliff face here. So they've had to, here, look at this. They've built up the bodies up the side of a cliff face. Then they've built them up the side of a wall. That's truly terrifying. But the Death Corps here have got a lovely little paddling pool in their back garden now. But yes, I'm going to unfortunately have to end this one here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very, very sorry. So with that, the Death Corps activates their very last stand solution. As always, do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who help to keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not click the join button down below? And while you're at it, go ahead and check out the amazing Chaotic Pinky store. We've got some really cool merch over there. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.